everybody, out on the TM EN300. Been doing a little filming off the bike with camera and tripod. I've got a pack loaded up with a camera and a tripod. Oh, we got some water. I had a few water crossings. Okay, I'm gonna have to pay attention. Toes in. Yeah. Wipe off the camera if we got splashed. Oh, this is slick. Oh yeah. Toes and feet together. See how much we can go up before we hit some logs. We're gonna cut out. Looks like people have already been cutting some logs out. That's great. Hey, FYI, if you're watching this video in June 2023, I'm giving this bike away in the month of June. You can head on over to my website, check that all out. Get entered to win this bike and a KTM 300 XCW. This is a fuel injected monster right here. Fuel injected, oil injected. Ooh. Italian made, kind of like a custom motorcycle here. Oh, here we go. Letting the bike work beneath me. That is slicker than snot. We're gonna go right up the gut here. Oh, had to stab a foot. Oh, I think the trail goes that way. Get you pointed that way. Throttle hand's burning. Right back down. Man, that is hard to see. I've got the sun shining. I have to turn my goggles around because we're going slow, and I'm in basically a squat. It's kind of what the TM is made for, though. Trail dried up just a bit here, not down in the creek bed anymore. I did some more filming. It's a lot of work walking back and forth between camera shots. In case you were wondering. I was down in the parking lot, and this gentleman was just walking down. He's like, "How far are you gonna go up?" And I'm like, "All the way until I can't go any further." People aren't walking through that water. At least I don't think they are. Maybe do some trail maintenance, cut out some logs, trees. Got my handsaw with me. Oh, that was close. Gonna have to cut that log out. I had to use the arming switch that the dealer installed for me on this, because every time you shut the bike off, the ECU or whatever it is goes to, it like forgets its position, its calibration on the power valve. It does like a power valve calibration, and it basically does it every time the bike shuts off. So that means you have to wait for it to do the calibration. When you start it back up, if you don't, it has no bottom end. And so the dealer installed an arming switch. I'll show you. The dealer installed this arming switch for me right here, which basically keeps the electronics of the bike on. So you switch that off, it's in normal mode. You switch that on, which you would do after you start the bike and let it run through its power valve cycle. I can't remember exactly how long it takes. People are going to rip me for it. I bought the bike a long time ago. I got a lot of information in my brain. But there's something about, you can either let the bike do its thing or, you know, like rev it all the way up or something like that. I know you guys are going to, TM guys are going to hate me that I don't remember. But I'm like, that's freaking ridiculous, and TM should fix that. So one of the ways that you can circumvent that is by installing an arming switch, which the dealer did for me. That way, when the bike shuts off, the ECU doesn't know. Of course, headlight would stay on if you have your headlight on, and your calibration never fails. But, you know, if you forgot to turn that off when you put your bike away or whatnot, you would run your battery dead. So that's just something to talk about here. Getting kicked around quite a bit, to be honest. The last bikes I was riding were the 24 KTM enduro bikes out at the off-road enduro model launch that KTM invited me out to. Those bikes have a lot softer suspension than this, and this fork is turned all the way out as far as compression. It's as soft as I can get that fork in its stock form. Obviously I have more clicks and could take some of the high speed and low speed compression out of the shock, but I'm just riding right now, seeing if I can get into a little bit of a flow here. I haven't gotten into any sort of a flow yet today because I was filming stop, start, stop, start. Man, that smells so good though. Oh shoot, I almost ate it there. My foot peg caught that tree. I lifted my foot right in time to get my foot out of the way, but my foot peg caught that tree, about set me off the edge. I can't, oh, I think the trail goes this way. Ah, look at that, dude. That picked up that big old tree branch. About killed the bike because then it was applying the brake. Get out of there. That's so funny. I got wedged right in there, and then it was, I'm like, why is my bike dying? It's because the brake is being pressed. back up. Yeah, but I mean, this, I just feel like for most riders and just, you know, people who are doing this type of stuff, this is just rocky terrain, lower speed, you know, I'm in second gear, whatnot. Suspension's too, I feel like the suspension's too stiff for this. You know, so, and you can complain about what I'm saying. You can say, oh, Kyle, it's not made for you. Okay, so it's not made for me. But I'm not, it's not like I'm okay, so I'm not the fastest rider by any means, but I do feel like I represent a pretty decent cross-section of the customers that are gonna buy these bikes. Yeah, there's only so many like super hard enduro, like factory guys or whatever, people that were riding these motorcycles since they were fetuses. And like if the speeds are higher, it's fine. Higher speeds typically mean that you're moving through terrain that isn't quite so rough, and then the hits are different that your suspension has to absorb. You know, it's different absorbing whoops or jumps than small sharp edges and rocks. You know, and if the fork or shock cannot get out of its own way because it's pretty hard, then you start bouncing around. You get deflection. And I feel like this does that. You know? Man, that's beautiful. Check that out. Beautiful.